Hello there, this is Kai Gets Finance, and I'm gonna talk about stocks. So it's going to be a little bit different from my usual videos of like trading futures. Today I'm not gonna be trading like not trading but paper trading the futures. I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna talk about is the stocks, the value investing, and bear in mind like this is not a financial advice. You should not listen to anybody basically giving you advice about any finance. You should basically like do your own research and basically have your own judgment. But what I'm going to do is basically from my side what I have done when what I think like the stocks that I'm particularly interested. So yes, so the first stock we are going to talk about is the Tesla, of course. Since Trump won the election and the Tesla has been surging like to basically 100% from probably 2-3 weeks ago, and it's basically generating tons of growth. And to be honest, I don't know whether Tesla is overvalued, undervalued. I think it could go either way. It really depends like how Elon Musk is going to basically work on it, and tons of other indicators. I know like there's a news about like the robot taxi coming in, but since like Musk is working on the SpaceX and other projects such as SpaceX, then we can't really say for sure like how when it's going to happen. And I would say it's like basically I can't I would say just fairly enough. If you add more stocks, it might not probably be worth it, but that's one of the stocks. The other stock that I'm gonna talk about is let me see, Nike. So Nike, we're gonna like take a look from the max. So Nike has been actually like I believe Nike is overvalued. No, not undervalued. I believe Nike is undervalued because, to be honest, Nike is a very very famous brand. Surely they've got like tons of problems before, and currently like they're struggling with the stock price and everything. But at the end of the day, it's still Nike. I believe like in the current price, it's way undervalued, and we can actually, we can actually get more. I personally believe that it can get back up in terms of the price and the stock price, and probably it's at least gonna give you like an increase, because first of all it's like a dividend stock. It basically gives you dividends, and there's nothing else you can ask more. Like in its current price, I really believe that Nike is way undervalued. But on the other side, the argument can be said, okay, in the current in this era, like nobody is wearing brand, and they and I would say like nobody is wearing one brand of the shoes, and somebody can be wearing the Adidas, somebody can be wearing the Under Armour, Nike. So it's not as like before Nike, where Nike was a powerhouse in terms of the clothing brand. And I can understand, because you have Gymshark, you have other apparels basically competing on the same space. But in terms of the just the brand strength, I still think like Nike comes on the top, because like just look at the brand. It's like a swoosh. It's an iconic brand, and you cannot basically defeat it no matter what. So even if the price falls from here on, maybe even to the 50 or the 60s, I'm gonna keep buying this stock, because I believe it's a really a powerhouse in terms of the brand. Okay, that's Nike. The other stock that I'm gonna talk about is ASML. So the ASML is a semiconductor chip, and obviously you have Nvidia, AMD competing for the chips, and but they are basically very how do you say, very tough, very competitive. But since AI is growing more and more, and I think like ASML, even though like it's falling off from the edge, I still believe that it is undervalued, because in terms of demand of the AI chips, it's going to basically be increasing more and more, and there's no way you can stop from here. Even though, so I personally think it's a pretty good buying opportunity. I have a little position in ASML because I believe it can fall off more, and I'll probably like use that opportunity to basically buy more things. But obviously, it could also like happen the other way, because like in terms of the stock price, it really doesn't matter in terms of the news, because sometimes when the news is good, the stock price still falls down. So you can't really say, okay, because of this news, the stock is gonna rise, the stock is gonna fall. Except when it comes into Tesla, because Tesla, the news around it is such a huge news. It's Elon Musk and Trump. It's like one of the two, how do you say, images, iconic images that you cannot basically forget about it. You know, it cannot be ignored. You know, so ASML, I would believe that it's a very good stock, and I'll probably see like the recent action and probably buy more of ASML. The next stock I am going to talk about is Celsius. The Celsius Edge. So obviously the Celsius is getting rougher and rougher. You can see they have fallen off so much. But upon recently, they have been getting upside, and I believe like the Celsius Edge is one of the stocks that is also quite undervalued, and it's one of the stocks that can grow a lot, because they've got like a Pepsi back holding the stock, and because of this, I believe like there is quite a big, huge potential in the Celsius Edge, and in its current price, I feel like it's quite undervalued. And I've looked at their balance sheet, and I feel like they are growing more and more in terms of based on the year basis, and I feel like there's this potential to even get more growth in upcoming years. So that's CCH. And the last stock that I want to talk about is it's PayPal. You heard me right, it's PayPal. So PayPal, I know it's going to be a very, how do you say, controversial, but I believe that PayPal has can bounce back in terms of the price. But it is very debatable, because since like there's a lot of competition around the credit card payments and online payments, you've got Wise, you've got Apple Payment, Google Payments, and they are basically like competing in terms of the online payments, digital payments system. So the PayPal is a very how do you say, controversial stock that you if you want to buy for it, because first of all, it has a very high competition. But the counter argument against for the PayPal is that it owns Venmo, and we can see like they are like trying to find like different ideas and probably like trying to find a way to bounce back in terms of the stock price. And I believe like that's pretty good, and I feel like PayPal has got quite a big room to bounce back, and in terms of price, I feel like it's quite a good price to basically step into and basically squeeze some generation. And in terms of long-term holding, I actually don't think PayPal is a good long-term holding because at the end of the day, it's a digital payment system. In terms of the growth, I don't think it's gonna be as impactful as Nvidia or like the chips, semiconductor chips, because those are the front lines in terms of the growth stock. Because literally every day AI is becoming more powerful. So PayPal holdings, I don't think in terms of the long-term stock, it's gonna be a huge win for the long term. But definitely, I feel like there is an opportunity to basically gain some money when it bounces back. So that's it. So that is the last talk that I'm going to talk about, that I was talking about. And yes, again, I wanna emphasize that this is not a financial advice. You should not listen. You should not buy stock based on this video. You should definitely do your own research on top of other things and basically form your own decision and based on your experience. So this is one of the advice that I want to be really clear, and in future videos I want to be clear again. You should not buy a stock purely on my advice. Okay, so that is my warning.